Hey guys, this is a general reading for Pisces for February 2020. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you have significant Pisces in your chart, if you're just drawn to this reading, if you're cross-watching, like if you're another sign, you're cross-watching for someone else. For more of a complete picture, or if this doesn't resonate with you, check out my other readings that I've either already made or will make in the future of all these placements I just said. Please know that energy is fluid. So this could have already happened. It could be happening now. It could happen in the future. Some, none, or all of this may apply. I could read this as love. It could be career. I could read this as you. It could be someone else significant, close to you that you're thinking of. Just take what fits and leave the rest. Like, don't make it fit if it doesn't. Thank you so much for those of you who contribute with my channel. It really means a lot. So I'll talk about donations and services in a minute, but if for those of you who don't have the money to contribute, a way that's just as good of showing thanks and gratitude and giving back to my channel is not only subscribing, so please hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. I also have a lot of plans. I am starting to collaborate with other people, so I'll be putting that not only on my channel, but also showing you guys to another one I'll be on. So either way, hit the bell so you get all these notifications. But it's not only subscribing, but liking the video and commenting. Even if I can't respond to every single one of them, I read every one of them. I love reading all of them. I love connecting to your guys' energies. It takes 2 seconds. So not only is it a way to give thanks, reciprocity, and if the video helped you, but it's also a way to circulate, the videos in case somebody else needs to hear the message. So please subscribe, hit the bell, and especially like the video and comment on the video. Like, it takes 2 seconds, Thank you for those who have inquired about donations and donate. It really means a lot to me for the reciprocity, and if it helped you. My PayPal information, email information, service information, all that's in the description box below. Please also read the disclaimer. I also have shamanic services I haven't added up yet. I'll probably will be adding them in like the next 2 weeks. I wanted to get a couple of things squared away first before I put it up. So if you're interested in that, like a shamanic illumination or a soul retrieval, power animal retrieval, destiny retrieval, there's other services too. If you're just wondering, just give me an email or send me an email and ask, and I'll let you know the info about it, or if I do it. And if not, I have a pretty large soul family, so I may know somebody who does. So yeah, thank you also for those of you who have done services with me. It means a lot, and I love working with you guys. Okay, if I think of anything else, I'll say it. I'm sorry the lighting's kind of off. It's fuzzy. I couldn't really get to this to do it at night, and the lighting's not as great, but I wanted to get it done. So here we are. So at first, when I was first laying down your guys' cards, like it looked really, I was like, like really good. But something just seemed kind of off about it. So I just kept, going and clarifying, and it quickly turned to something else where I see maybe where you guys, or at least the ones that will connect to me on this video, of where you guys will be sitting with this. Your energy in the center of the reading is the sun. So whether this is a type of, realizing something, I really get a lot just with happiness with this. And the sun can mean different things. I mean, it can mean illumination. It can mean that childlike energy again. You're kind of trying to go into that phase of happiness where you have the heart and spirit of a child again, but, you kind of have the wisdom also of experience. It's not totally naive. I think you see which path you want to go. I think you know what you want to do or what you need to do, or at least for the most part, to make you happy, or that will bring you happiness. But what's either blocking you or hindering you or affecting you is the Eight of Cups. So it could be self-love. I think this is you in a moment of like choosing you and doing you. Maybe in like a self-love kind of way. Because I get a lot here about, this may not apply for everybody, but like singleness. So it's not showing up a lot in this reading, but I will say there was something when I was first laying the cards showing about some of you might either have a choice between two people, and one you're more like dependent on, maybe even for money. And this could be people, situation, job, whatever. So apply it to your life as necessary. A choice where between like more the codependency of money and then actual like love. Or some of you don't have someone else there to choose between or wanting to go towards, but you're wanting to get out of a situation that's more codependent or like needed for money because you want to open yourself up to the availability of a situation or relationship that either is love or a situation or job that you love, okay? It doesn't show a lot here, but it peaked up. Is that the right word? I don't know. It peaked his head a couple times as I was doing this. So maybe this is a new love also that's creeping in. And it's making you kind of happy. Feeling like a child again, that passionate, playful, inner child part of you, whether it's a job, a passion, a creation, a person, whatever. But something about either like a new love or like you choosing it. Yeah, because when I looked under and picked up the card, is carrying connections. And this was actually one of the cards that first led me to other people. And it was adjacent possibilities. So it's either a person or something that you care about. So there might be something new or something that you're, like I said, it's going to be different. Some people, it's going to be something new you're wanting to go towards that you feel you might be more passionate about or really like, love. And then some, it's you want to release this other thing to open yourself up to something or someone that you really love or they really love you or whatever. In the foundation of the reading, you have the Lovers. So again, having to make a choice. Maybe it is more riddled in the reading than I realized. Having a choice, you know, also between like how he's looking at her, she's looking up at the angel. A lot of this choice also really goes between not just your masculine and feminine within you and then your lower and higher self, but also between, you know, the more 3D grounded self and so like primal earthly desires versus spiritual. So some of you might have a choice between that, whether it's people or job or whatever as well. Like maybe even a job, like something that, okay, well, I need the money, but it doesn't make my soul happy, or I don't feel in alignment with my purpose or whatever. But something really here about a decision, a connection even. There's a tad bit here of a mischievous vibe. And I don't mean in necessarily a bad way or a judgmental way, but in a way where, you know, it's hush hush a little. Whether you're having to do all this to get out of the situation, I mean, that could apply to both anyways, or, you know, just to get out, period, to open the door for something new to come in the future, or to get out of the situation because something's already waiting in there. But either way, you're having to have strength about this when we move on. There's something that you're really thinking about, and it's honestly the vibe I just really get from it is, whether it's a person or whatever it is, apply it to your life as necessary, between 3D things for like survival and security, and then excitement, passion, connection, like the true part of you. I don't even want to say true because I don't know if that's fully it, but that inner child, excited, maybe even spiritual part of you. And it really tests a lot of who you are. Like, are you strong enough? Are you ready? Can you do this on your own? Can you speak your truth? Like, you're really bound to this, whatever this situation is, for money, for security. And I think you're really trying to think of a way to get what you want out of it and be able to, you know, end one thing and then go towards what it is you want. Because you really have here a man holding a coin, woman holding a coin, and then after the end of the cycle with the world, it now goes to woman holding a heart, man holding a heart. And then there's envy, like something you really want with the heart chakra. But you may have to, there's hostilities, like it may be difficult to get to because of some attachment or something you're already in, whether it's a job, a relationship, a commitment, something of some sort that you've already built. And you're really having to have strength and patience to figure out like how to do this and which one do you want, which one is best for you. Because there is a lot here around money. There's a lot of confusion and not knowing on your part, but I just really get like a hush-hush vibe. It's exciting, but it's secretive. It's almost like that vibe you have where like in movies there's like little girls who are excited, but they're running in the dark through the halls, like trying not to get caught, but it's fun and exciting and flirty and funny. You know, it's that type of vibe that I'm getting. In the past, there's Two of Cups. So, I mean, this could be, again, the caring connection coming in. It could be what you're already in. I think it's both, to be honest with you. I mean, some might not be. Some might just be they have the one and they're just wanting to get out of it. It just starts out really on a almost seeming like a positive note and then ending up not on one. But I'm not sure if that's just the connection you were originally in, or I'm gonna have to see how this plays out. Tell me about the Two of Cups. Yeah, like when I see this cauldron, I always hear like, you know, to brew something new. So there's something that came into the mix and being worked on. Which kind of changes things up in your crowning or your thought process. You have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Five of Swords, and you have the King of Wands. So this really is like, you know, here and like throwing, I don't even know, to be honest, throwing a wrench in the mix, in the spokes. I don't know how the saying goes. Like I heard it and then it went. it changes things. It almost complicates things in a way. It makes like what to do. You may also, because strategy came up, and there's a hush hush vibe. So you may also, whether you're consciously or subconsciously doing this, some of you, I'm just going to be real, some of you may be somewhat doing some mental screwery in whatever way that you need to, like, strategy. And this isn't even just in a bad way. Like, you may need to do it to get out of a situation. Like, for some reason, you can't just get out, whether it's not safe for you, whether, I don't know, you don't have the money or something, but you're really trying to change things and strategize and communicate and really put things in a way to where you come out on top, to where you come out basically where you can do what you want to do. I think you guys are being a little bit either strategic or maybe even manipulative, to be honest with you. Again, I don't say that judgmentally. Sometimes people have to strategize. Tell me about the Five of Swords. To be able to get out of certain things. You're working on, whether it's through your words, actions, thought processes, you're strategizing tactics in order to win and get what you want, to open up a door for yourself. And it might be either to maybe gain more stability in your life with what you're already in now, or to put yourself in a position where you can go towards more stability, or a person or whatever where it has more stability, it has more of what you want or what you feel might be better for you, so that you can ascend out of whatever you might be in now. It might be, you might consider what you're in toxic. Like, maybe you feel like you have to lie to get out of a situation. Maybe there's financial abuse happening. Maybe there's not, and you're just like, screw it, I'm going to do what I want. Either way, what you're in now, for a lot of you, you're not wanting to stay in, and you need to get out of. And for whatever reason, there's a change coming through. And I feel like this Five of Swords is you. And not even just where you are mentally, but where you're literally the one trying to strategize to, in whatever way, get out and create an opening or a door for yourself. Whether it's just to getting out, or whether it's to a new person or situation. In your likely future, you have the Death card. So it kind of looks like maybe whatever you do works. I believe so. Show me about the Death card. Either whatever you're working on works and you get out of it, or whatever you're doing to improve the situation works. There's some change or an end of a cycle. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely going, because here's you, like, I don't even think this is holding on to the situation. I think this is holding into, like, going to yourself, like that secretive type of thing. And it's about, like, letting something go. Maybe something you lost, but letting something go. I don't know. There's just some realization you had. Like, you have to do this. It's something you have to do, you know, to this new beginning for you, to create for you what you want in your happiness. Maybe either to ascend or because whatever you were in, whatever commitment gave you anxiety, like you just couldn't do it anymore. It wasn't good for you. Whether this is physically in your life, mentally, spiritually, or whatever, it's really just trying to move past something and towards something new, like some new beginning. I just think you're really trying to get out of something or change something for whatever reason. Whether it's just holding you down, it's holding you back, it's sucking the life out of you, it's destroying you, whatever. Because how you see yourself is the 5 of Wands. So something about it is leaving you where, like, there's either more people than you want to be there. You're just spiritually conflicted. You might feel like all over the place. There might be just a level of competition. Like maybe there's toxicity here where you and some person you're with or whatever, it's just back and forth or competitive. It's not loving. Let's look at this. Tell me about the 5 of Wands. Yeah, you have Devil that come up for the 5 of Wands. It's just not, it's not good. Either the situation you're in isn't good or you're not. And I think you're not as well because it is the situation you're in. And I think you realize you've got to figure something out and something to either change in your situation or whatever, or you're just going to like drown, you know, to put it extreme. And you're really wanting to be happy. I mean, that's really at the core of this reading with the Sun card. But there's something you have to do to like pick and choose you, whether this is a new person coming in outside of you or this is straight up just you or some passion or whatever. Tell me, what is the Ace of Cups? Like improvement, something getting better for yourself. Yeah, like bringing you a level of peace and happiness and contentment. It could also still be from an outside person. Some people that is going to be true for. Some of you it's not. It's just whether it's a situation, a relationship, or your life, like you're just really trying to go for that which makes you happy and makes you feel fulfilled and better. What's in your environment is you have the High Priestess, you have the 5 of Pentacles reversed, and you have the Hermit. So, I mean, there's a lot of wisdom here. Show me about... Show me about the 5 of Pentacles reversed. I think this is also a lot of the secret of your vibe, because the 5 of Pentacles reversed came up with the Cauldron. And the Cauldron also came up for the 2 of Cups. Brewing something new. There's something So this could be a person around you that's being secretive, and that's why you need to get out. But this could also be in your environment, which you're working on secretively and quietly, of the brewing something new, and to that either already has taken you out of this Five of Pentacles energy, or that you're trying to get it to take you out of the Five of Pentacles energy, because it's coming up reversed. Can you tell me one more part about the Five of Pentacles reversed? So it could be a man. You have Saturn. Could be learning some type of lesson. Like you see the lesson in this, like High Priestess, Hermit, like the wisdom, the higher self. Like you see something that you either want and you need to get out of this situation, or even if you don't, like you just have to get out. This is, I really get, and this, it's different for everybody, but this is what, it could be what somebody else is working on and you found out about it and you have to go. But I think this is what, whatever you're working on, whatever this secretive strategy planning type thing is. I mean, like I said, you're being very hush-hush about it, though. That's very much the vibe that I'm getting. It's also a male and a female. What can you tell me about? Again, male, female, working at something. Yeah, so some of you, it's literally to get out. Some of you, you're working on something to improve your life and you're just not really talking to people about it. Some of you, you're just really working at something, and there's a male, female here, and then you have like the snake. And this could be something that's very sneaky or mischievous, maybe even toxic, but also comes up as like lover, like female lover, or it could be male lover. But you also have the sun and the moon. So again, male, female. In the card, you also have male, female. So I get, for a lot of you, this is some other connection or something else you're working towards. And then, like I said, for some of the others of you, it's secretly strategizing to get out of some type of situation, relationship, or connection, or whatever. You have a lot of male and female here. You have the High Priestess, Hermit, male and female, right? Are these male and female? They kind of look like it, maybe in the Five of Pentacles. But main male, main female. Adversity, hardships, male sexuality or dominance, authority or control. I don't know. You're either working to change something or get out of something. Something secretive in your environment that's going on to get you out of hard times. Okay? Just as a word to the wise, or piece of advice, or let's just continue with the reading, the way the environment sees you is magician. So whether they know exactly what you're up to or not, they know something's up. They know something is making you happy. They know you're working on something. And some of you, but they might even know. Like your partner may know what's going on, but You're just choosing not to share it with everybody else because you're wanting to do whatever you're wanting to do in secret right now to improve yourself or get yourself out of kind of a crappy spot. Some of you, though, you have not talked about it with your partners. But either way, the environment sees you. Tell me about the Magician. Yeah, like they see you working on like getting out of whatever spot you were in and getting more comfortable. On working like to improve yourself. Whether they legit see the actions you're taking or whether they just know something's up because you just seem better. But they see you doing things and it could be manipulating. Which could mean anything. We all manipulate every day. But you're either putting an end to hardships or you're really just like learned your lesson about something, or you're really trying to work towards something. Whether it's some commitment, some relationship, some situation, some job, whatever. It's going to be different for everybody. In your hopes, you have the Devil, which was kind of confusing because in your hopes you had the Devil and then in your fear you had the Four of Wands. And I'm like, that would normally be reversed. But to clarify this, within your hopes, you have door to value, like money. So some of you are really working like almost codependently or really on 3D stuff like money. Some of you are hoping to get money because you feel bound to a situation and you want to be able to get out of it. Yeah, there's definitely, it's the Moon card, like it's illusions. There's a lot of secrecy and maybe even toxicity or secrets going on, whether you're trying to get money secretly, stashing money. Why is this the hopes? You're trying to like overcome some obstacle or control or get away from like maybe even a foe or an enemy. So maybe it's like sleeping with the enemy or something. So some of you might be trying to like save up money to get out. The reason I say this is in your hopes, you have the Four of Wands. So, you know, it's like, what? Who, I'm not, this is your fears. So who would fear this, right? But clarifying this card is the walking away. Like you fear this of the coming together and staying together because you want to walk away. And your hopes for the Devil card, I don't think, there might be a little bit of self-sabotage going on, but I mostly get the vibe it's more of a 3D, you're really, really like overindulgently like working to get like money reserves up to get out of a situation. Is really what I'm getting from it. In your likely outcome, you have the Three of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So, I mean, you could realize something about somebody else, but I think it's, you have some realization about like this connection, either how to change it, how to end it. The first one I pulled up, you have contract. The second thing is the Garden and the Gate. And it's funny because these two cards really go together. Like whenever I see this one, I wonder if I'm going to see this one. This is her. She's built up everything she can in this situation, and there's really nothing new and exciting there she could do. And she just constantly wonders and what's on the gate. She wants to leave. So, you know, this is naturally the next one of leaving, which is tied to what's in your fears. You don't want to come together. You want to leave. So contract and her thinking about wanting to leave. And then you have Three of Cups and Ace of Swords. Like maybe you have some realization about whether you either want to stay or how you can leave. Tell me about the Three of Cups and the Ace of Swords. You have the mice. Something's really getting to you. Yeah. You have the mice. You have the coffin or death pretty much. Then you have the sun. Like, I mean, think about it too. Like, this is almost singleness, right? In the past, you have the Two of Cups. You want to release yourself from something, whether it's just to be on your own, whether work, love, whatever, friendship, doesn't even matter. You want to go from Two of Cups to One of Cups. Or the universe is pushing you that way, one or the other. Because I think you've gotten to a point where you just can't handle it anymore with this mice card. Just the anxiety. It's just bugging you. Like pestering. It's going to focus. And needing to put an end to it so that you can be happy and have the Sun card, which is what's in the center of your reading. I think you realize that whether somebody else is doing the Three of Cups or whatever, but that this union or time period or whatever needs to end. I think it's, and whether it's true or whether you think this way, I think you feel like whatever situation you're in or around is sucking your life vitality or sucking your abundance. It's putting you in like darkness and confusion. And I'm not sure whether it's true or not. It might be. It's very possible. It could also be your own energies. Like you might also leave this and then realize you have to now address your own energies. So just be prepared for that. It's not going to be completely this person or situation. So just remember that. But you do have to get safe before you can do that. So if it is this situation or person, then yes, you've got to get away from it so that you could put your guards down and feel safe enough to do your own inner work. Or even see your part to know. But for some reason, there's just really a hush-hush vibe and you're really having to get away. And I just really get like a competitive vibe. I might even title this like Sleeping with the Enemy. Or something of the sort, like strategizing to leave. I don't know. But I think you have some type of like realization. It could even be a victory about it, but where you're just like, I've got to get out. I don't know if it's, I don't know what realization you would have more than normal. I mean, it seems like you already, it seems like you already knew, you know, you had to get out. Where are these at? Sorry if the camera's shaking. I just want to see something. I mean, I get that you're like, I've got to go. I don't know if it's about with somebody else or... But let's see. I just feel like there's something I need to see. What is it? Painting the roses red, covering up errors. It just has a very toxic vibe to it. Like, it's not like, woohoo, 3 of Cups. It's like, oh. And I think you know that it will never change. I think you know that it will never be good. You've just been in la la land or covering it up or making it seem better than it is for longer than it needs to be. And maybe like enough's enough. Like maybe that's the realization you had about, you know, the union and the relationship. And you're just coming to that realization. You have painting the roses red, covering up errors, growing up, wanting to grow in experience, rejection of perpetual youth, which is what I was saying with the Sun card. I mean, you want to feel better, but, you know, the Sun, like I said, is about, okay, now you feel better and have the heart and soul of a child again, but you don't have the naivety that goes with it. And 3 other cards that came out for you too was Angel of Love. So I'm like, oh. And then after that, Deceit is like, And then Action reversed. So, you know, one of you is trying to be very loving. The other one's just really like deceitful or kind of like just kind of a very lower vibe energy. And they're like, you or somebody's not wanting to take action anymore. And I'm not sure if they're normally the one who's deceitful. And because of that, that's why you now have to be quiet and secretive and deceitful or strategy in a way so that they don't know, because you know how they are and they'll either like hurt you or they'll ruin all your plans or what. Like they can't know. Some of you, it's going to be out of protection, and some of it's, you're just going to be like, I don't care. I'm going to do what's best for me for whatever reason. This done. This is done. I think that's what that is, though. With the 3 of Cups and the Ace of Swords. I think it's realizing kind of all the truths about that connection or that whatever. I mean, it could be friends. Maybe you've heard gossip too. That's what it could be too. Maybe you've heard something, or there's a lot of back and forthness. Like maybe some of you are getting a divorce, and that's why some of this has to be a secret. Where, you know, because the Ace of Swords can be communication and the 3 of Cups can be gossip. And there is a lot of this going on around you. So maybe some of you are having to deal with a lot of like just if times. And that's why there's a lot of stuff about money going on here. And then you have contract right next to it. Decisions. Tell me a little bit more about this outcome. Patience. Intent. Release. Count your blessings. So don't be sad about releasing this if you are. It's a blessing in disguise. Relaxation. Allow yourself to be lazy. Basically, I get from that, like, don't fight to hold on to it. Like, have faith. Yeah, don't fight to hold on to it. Have faith in what's going on. Which I feel like you guys kind of are, because you know what your goals are and that this person or situation impedes on that. You want a loving connection, and I think you're just pretty sure this is not going to be it. And maybe you've talked to people or went to your guides. Maybe even guidance as far as like a lawyer or a spiritual counselor or even a tarot reader. And you've made the choice. Reconsider a commitment. You have the right to change your mind. I mean, you could have reconsidered it. I don't really get that. I mean, maybe there's a way you found out how you can change it. I don't really get that, though. Yeah. Gratitude and independence. And you're definitely retreating. Revelation. Courage, matching the strength. Taking the leap. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Not only is it the realization about the situation, but depending on how, depending on what stage you're at, like if you are getting a divorce or if you haven't had guidance, there might be a lot of gossip, whether it's either in the, like the court system or even with family or kids or whatever. Some of you are going to someone or something else. You have connection, rejuvenation. Connect with someone special. So it could be yourself. Some of you, like I said, some part of you, it was with somebody else. So be careful with that, not to go too quickly. You know, choose love. So, like I said, it's either yourself or it's someone else. But either way, I think the main thing is, I think you guys are getting to a place where you're like, this is not going to be ever what I want it to be. And I want and deserve love. I want and deserve a certain situation. Whether it's a job, whether it's a person, a family. Like, you just want to be given back and treated with, you know, what you give. And this is just getting worse and worse and more toxic and toxic. And, you know, you're willing to take that risk. Your energy is just being drained. And you're clearing stuff out to have new opportunities for yourself. So, all right, yeah, it's pretty much it with this. So, it does match, I guess, the death and your likely future and your likely outcome. All right, is that it? So please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell, guys, for donation information if this benefited you, or the reciprocity. Service information, email information, PayPal information, all that's in the description box below. Like I said, if you're interested in any shamanic services, I probably in the next 2 weeks I'll have it in the area or description area, but email me in the meantime if you need help with like soul retrievals or illumination, or if you're just feeling stuck or energetically wise. You have Lion, which is funny because you have a lot of Lion energy coming up. You had the like pretty much 2 strength cards. So your animal spirit card. Lion, higher calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. Yeah. I think you guys are taking the risk though. And that kind of matches too with your thoughts where you have the Wheel of Fortune, the 5 of Swords, and the King of Wands. Also, if any of you, I know I've done quite a lot of services with Pisces. I'm going to be doing a video probably tomorrow about putting out my Instagram information and my Facebook information. So especially with Facebook, I'll give you the information, or you can email me if you want to know it. I guess you could put it in the comments too, but I'd rather you put it like right on the Facebook. So I'm going to do a video tomorrow saying what the name of my Facebook is. Or I guess you could go look. I'm just now starting to use it, but if you look up, I'll do another video explaining this, but it would be Cosmic Vibrations. So COSMIC, Cosmic Vibrations, with a dash, and then Home of Eyes with a Z, EYEZ, wide open 1111. So Cosmic Vibrations dash Home of Eyes with a Z, wide open 1111. But I'm trying to get people, like all the people I've done like services with, and I know quite a few of them were Pisces. But if you could go on there and, you know, just leave an honest review of my service with you and how you felt and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I am gonna do a video tomorrow explaining it as well. But I would greatly appreciate it. It would mean a lot. I'm trying to work more and grow it, and then I'm gonna take a lot of what's on there too, and when I finish my website, like put it on there. But I'm trying to use like Facebook more to promote myself and my business, as well as Instagram. And I'm not usually the most, I'm not gonna say technically savvy, like I am. I get it once I start doing it, but I just hate doing it. It's so tedious, but to some degree I have to get going with certain things I'm wanting to do. So I would greatly appreciate it if any of you seeing this have had a service with me, whether you're a Pisces or not. And I've done services with you. If you need help finding it or whatever, just email me and let me know. Like I said, I'm going to do a video, put out a video tomorrow on it as well. So I'll start posting on there too about my services and everything. Is that the only other thing? Review video. I don't know. I think so. Is there anything here that wants to speak with Pisces? Forgiving, happy, and shame. Why the shame? Okay, so you have forgiving, happy, and shame. Don't, like, have a forgiving heart. You know, don't carry the weight of all this in your heart chakra. There's a thing here, which I was getting to with the, in the fears, your Four of Wands. And I get why it's in your Four of Wands is in your fears. But when I was saying about also there being a self-sabotaging behavior, and one of the biggest signs who's most prone to do that would be a Pisces. So forgive yourself for what you have to do here. Forgive also what was done with you. Don't carry these energies forward or to linger heaviness in your heart space. Allow yourself to be happy. But once you're free and you're happy from whatever this is, once you're liberated in some way, please don't feel shameful about that. Whether it's about either how you had to go about doing it, whether now you're happy and they're not, and now you feel bad, and then your martyr side comes in and you're like, oh, maybe they weren't that bad, maybe I can help them, maybe they are sorry, blah, blah, blah. Don't let the negative thoughts and the shame come and bring you back down out of your happy spot. Because I do find that Pisces is one of those signs that they have a little bit of a hard time just owning and accepting and just being in that happy vibe. And I'm not saying you guys can't be happy. It's just most of the time when you guys are happy, there's a level of like pain or like messed upness that's contributing to it, when there is a pure, just true joy, it's usually short-lived, at least on an unevolved Pisces. It's usually short-lived. There's something that usually you guys will create some type of heavy energy that now you feel guilty or shameful or whatever, until there's a level of heaviness brought back in, and then you're like, oh, that feels right, and then you feel good again. Like, I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. So be okay releasing these heavy energies. Be okay having to do what you needed to do, as long as you're doing it for a good cause and to get yourself out of something and to be able to ascend. Like, you don't want to do stuff and then keep doing it. Like, say you had to manipulate to get out. Like, you don't want to keep manipulating your whole life. I mean, we manipulate every day. It's just whether you do it consciously and whether you do it, for your own good and not trying to, hurt or harm other people. But if you have to get out of a situation, then it's understandable. If even in the moment you don't know how, even if it's not toxic, then it is what it is. If you have to get out and you need to feel free. But just don't remember to forgive yourself and them, to free your heart space and to heal. But also own this level of happiness. Do not put yourself in an energy of shame and guilt, or let somebody else put shame or guilt on you because you freed yourself, and allow them to take away. It's almost like the vibe I'm getting with the shame, and along with that is liberated. It's almost like as soon as you get that freedom, like, because here's your hopes, is the devil, like, part of you also wants to stay chained. You're like, no, I need money or whatever, blah, blah, blah. There's some subconscious stuff going on here, some shadow stuff. And there is something about you being okay because you're, like, restricted or bound or tied down. It's almost like those, like, abused kids, or the ones that, like, are in an enclosed space, or they're chained up their whole life or whatever. Same with an animal. It's like once they're finally free, like, they almost don't know how to react at first. It either feels like something's wrong, or it feels unsafe, or it feels like once you hit this happy spot for a minute, all of a sudden this shame starts coming in, and it's your shadow and your negativity coming in, because you're liberated now and it doesn't feel safe to you. And that's why I was saying, once you get out of this situation, for those of you this applies to like this, you are going to have to do some internal work and some shadow work once you feel safe enough to be able to do it. And you're going to have to look at yourself and see that a lot of these energies actually apply to your own inner shadows as well. They're just being projected or hidden by whatever you're around, okay? So do the shadow work as it needs to come up, but please don't allow yourself to take away from this happiness and love and high vibration because you allow yourself or someone else to shame you or bring you back down in vibration, because this feeling of liberation and the feeling of the chains being broken off is now scary, or you feel undeserving. Okay? You are deserving. And it's not scary. It might be at first, but you will get used to it and you will learn new ways. It's a new reality, a new you. Okay? I love you guys. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Again, description box for email address, PayPal information, donation, services. Read the disclaimer. Email me if you're interested in shamanic services or any of that. Please go. I'm going to do a video on my Instagram and Facebook and all that. But if I've worked with you, if you could leave a review and go to my Facebook page, I'll start doing more on there. But it's Cosmic Vibrations dash Home of Eyes with a Z at the end, wide open 1111. Okay? I love you guys. I hope all is well. Today's actually Aquarius new moon, right? It's a new moon. I think so. The full moon or the new moon. I don't know. I don't feel like looking it up. I think it's the new moon though. So hope all's going well for you guys, and I'll be seeing and talking to you soon. Bye. I love you.